Five kids' books you need to read. Number 5. Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Huckleberry Finn is too advanced in actual reading level to include here, but Tom Sawyer has entertained young readers for way more than a century. A decent case could be made for the argument that Twain penned the epitome of American children's literature, in this rousing tale of prepubescent life along the river in the antebellum South. It would be an insult to summarize the plot. Number 4. Encyclopedia Brown, Donald J. Sobel. It always pissed me off when I didn't see the clue and thus had to read on to find out how Encyclopedia Brown solved the case. It was always so obvious, in hindsight. You get to where you can spot the page on which the clue must occur, and sometimes still can't solve the mystery ahead of time. At least in the earlier works. World-famous boy detective How Did He Know series. Number 3. The Hardy Boys, Franklin W. Dixon. Perhaps the most popular childhood series of all time. But if the list were not alphabetical, it would rank pretty low. Boy detectives who frequently get bailed out in Scooby-Doo fashion by their father. The brothers often start out doing something adventurous, like ice sailing on a frozen lake, or surf casting. The series has been around since 1927. A staple of American boyhood. Number 2. Percy Heinlein. Probably responsible for getting more people hooked on reading science fiction than any other body of work. From 1947 to 1958, Robert A. Heinlein published one novel a year for Scribners, aimed at a young male audience. All were written with a breezy style that made them agreeable, yet not condescending. Legions of Heinlein fans reread their juveniles constantly in adulthood. The only question is, which Heinlein juvenile do you give a child first? Number 1. Homer Price, Robert McCloskey. Really old school here. Homer is that quintessential young reader hero, the kid who is smart enough to see what the bumbling adults miss. There are only a couple of books, but they contain several adventures each. Of particular note is the story Ever So Much More So, which is a quaint retelling of the Emperor's New Clothes, only centering around a supposedly magical spice that affects everything.